Hi everyone, my name is Fatima and I am currently in my first year of life sciences at Master University. I have completed the research co-op in the summer before grade 12, so during the summer term. And the main reason I chose to do the research co-op was I was interested in learning more about different fields in science, potential careers, and most importantly, understanding the different aspects of research and how a student like me in high school could get involved early on. During the summer term, my mentor was Dr. Stephen Brown from the University of Guelph, and the topic that I was researching was spine biomechanics, specifically with respect to the lumbar spine. So to start off the term, a lot of what I was doing was trying to understand the different aspects of biomechanics and understanding the spine physiology, the musculature, in order for me to narrow down my research interests. Closer to the end of the term, I decided that I was more interested in the rehabilitative aspect of spine biomechanics and decided to write my final paper on spinal scoliosis, specifically idiopathic and degenerative scoliosis. So with respect to that, I was trying to understand what factors are taken into consideration when determining the type of care that a patient will be receiving and how this affects their quality of life with respect to post-operative care as well as if a non-operative procedure is taken. So a lot of people have asked me, why take the research co-op? What's so unique about this course as opposed to something like biology or my regular chemistry classes? And my answer to that is very simple. Unlike your other courses, this is very directed. It's unique to you. Your course is going to be very different from, say, if your friend took the course. It's centered around you and your interest with respect to research. With that being said, it also gives you a platform into understanding what you're going to be experiencing in post-secondary education. A lot of um, a lot of courses are focusing on something called PBL, which is problem-based learning. In this sort of model, essentially what happens is you're given a problem and then you have to understand the different factors that influence this problem, a possible solution, what's currently being done about the problem, and what are some next steps. What this model focuses on is for you to understand the concepts as opposed to looking for a right or wrong answer. Same goes for the research co-op, where you're not going to be asked to develop an experiment which will give you a concrete yes or no answer. Instead, you may design an experiment that gives you an answer to one possible question that can then lead you to more information, that can lead you to several other experiments, or perhaps you're just looking at the different factors that contribute to a certain problem and what maybe next steps need to be taken in order to better accommodate different factors and to improve the current care. Okay, so I've talked a little bit about what exactly the research co-op is, the skills you'll develop, and how this will help you potentially in your post-secondary education. But I want to talk a little bit about my experience, how I felt about the program, and some challenges that I faced that ultimately helped me in gaining this experience. So I was during the summer term, which means 4 weeks, and during the first 2 weeks, I can honestly say it was very challenging in terms of understanding concepts that I was not familiar with, that were not covered in class. So I had to take a lot of initiative to understand the concept, ask questions to my mentor, the volunteers as well as the FSST staff all contributed to helping me get to a point where I was confident with the material and able to narrow down my research later on in the term. So closer to the end of the term, in terms of like the last 2 weeks, I began writing my final paper. In high school, I never really had experience writing a formal scientific paper with an abstract, an introduction, discussion, and all these different components. But again, because of the volunteers that were available to me, I was able to navigate this quite easily, in fact. And I think some of the skills that you do learn, for example, writing a lab report, can contribute and can be translated into writing this formal scientific paper. But again, the first 2 weeks or the first bit of the term is going to be difficult because it's not an environment you're used to, you're not used to the learning style, so all of that can be a challenge. So would I recommend this program to students who are currently in high school, grade 11, grade 12? And my answer would be absolutely. And the reason for that is because although it was a challenge to start, it pushed you out of your comfort zone to develop skills that you maybe wouldn't develop in a traditional classroom setting. It also sets you apart from, other students who are going to be attending your post-secondary education. It allows you to explore different career paths that maybe you didn't consider before. For example, a lot of students in science only look at very few paths. They may not consider research as something that they're interested in. So with that being said, it's something that is recommended for students who are highly motivated, who are interested in asking the difficult questions and understanding a specific topic that maybe was briefly covered in your biology class or your chemistry class. And this way you get to navigate your own learning. So it's a really cool experience that I would definitely recommend to high school students currently. When you're applying to different programs, for example, the Research Co-op, or you're thinking of what courses you want to take next semester, or what programs to apply to in post-secondary education, a lot of people ask you, where do you see yourself in 5 years? How about in 10 years? And that's a very difficult question to answer. When I was in grade 11 or 12, I didn't really know what I wanted to do specifically. I couldn't pinpoint one job that I knew I wanted to do, and that was the only thing I wanted to do. Instead, I tried my best to, engage in a variety of extracurriculars, try different courses, complete the Research Co-op in a field that I wasn't really sure that I'd be interested in, but in fact I thought that it was something that I would like to continue with. The most important thing that I can't stress enough is just keeping an open mind. Don't limit yourself by one career or one job. Rather, try your best to, engage in a variety of extracurriculars, try different courses, complete the co-op, and try your best to get as much information and experiences, and hopefully that will help you pick a job and a career that fits your interest, as well as something that will allow you to showcase your experiences. I'm currently in first year, and I'm not sure where I'll be 4 years from now, 5 years from now, but I hope that by engaging in a variety of different experiences, I too will be able to find a job or a career that allows me to showcase my experiences.